Welcome to Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube video. You hear your host GBHL Tom.
And GBHL Damian.
And we're here in Damian's house, but not upstairs.
Oh,
downstairs. Not on the sofa. Because it's not the Palantir.
It's crazy. No, can't go in there. The sofa kicks off.
Yeah. We are here for a bit of an update on our tournament. So the Seven Stones doubles tournament that's sold out, sadly for those who may have wanted to attend. Which is being held on the May bank holiday weekend, 24th, 25th?
I believe so.
It's the Sunday and Monday of the bank holiday weekend here in the UK.
As you're watching this, it is 11 days off. I think this is going out tomorrow.
Scarily close.
Yeah, it's very exciting. So we have a bunch of stuff to update you on.
Yes.
Including the most exciting thing, I think it's fair to say, for this video, is the draw. We're doing the draw. So, at the end of this video, you will know who you're playing in all of your games on day one. Because we're going in groups.
Who do you want to avoid?
Who do I want to avoid?
Who's the big name that you want to avoid?
Can't bear playing Steve. He's horrible.
Okay.
Played him too much recently in the fellowship campaign.
Okay.
Unbearable human being. Nah, I jest. I love that man. I don't fancy playing Double Dragon.
No.
2 dragons. I think it's scary. And they're good players as well. Yeah, but then ultimately we've taken an absolute bleep of bleep list, which doesn't have a hope whoever we play against.
No. Well, it does, because I think other people are bringing without the hope list, which will make things interesting.
That's like, who do you want to dodge?
You, but we're
no, it can't happen. Although we'll never play together.
I don't know.
Our hope is that there isn't anyone out there you want to dodge.
Yes.
Because everyone, we're looking at you, we're looking at you, YouTube, has got into the spirit of the event and has taken a really fun, fluffy list that people will enjoy playing against. And from the ones we've seen, people certainly seem to be doing that. So please, 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 please do that. If you're having any, issues or worries or thinking, oh, should I go a bit filthy? No.
Yeah.
Go fluff.
But if your theme is kind of a competitive army, let's say Wood Elves, you can still bring that and make sure it's all nice, but then don't play it badly. As in, don't play it competitively. Charge in with your Wood Elves.
That's absolutely true. Then
that means we'll know how you're playing it, and we're going to go around and give five best themed army awards. But that's not just your army. It's on the whole look of it, who's in it exactly, but also on things like how you're playing it.
Yeah. So throughout the first day, this isn't a rules pack, but we want to clarify. Throughout the first day, Tom and I will be going around and we'll pick our favourite 5 armies on the day. This isn't to do necessarily with painting, but just the people who have really got behind what we're trying to do. We'll be picking those. Then we'll get together, and if they don't match up, as they probably won't, we'll pick between us the 5 best ones. And those 5 armies will win a Palantir. Not the prizes that we'll talk about. You don't actually get something, but you'll get a card. Yeah. A very exciting little card which will give you an in-game boost for day 2. Yeah. So there is, and they're good.
And you can keep the card.
Yeah, you can keep that. It's only a bit of laminate. Yeah. Do what you want with it. It didn't cost anything, did it? You can have that. Rubbish. But that will give you a boost that we think is pretty damn good.
Yes.
The boost. And everyone will have a different one, which is quite fun. Yeah. And you'll know that on the Sunday night. So if you've won one of these, we'll give them to you on Sunday night, and you can all go away and talk about who's got the best one. That's the hope.
Yeah. But then one of those, should we bring something out?
We can as well. I mean, you're ignoring the agenda. If you want to go nuts, we can. Okay. But indeed, so 5 of those on the Sunday will be nominated by us, purely us. This is. As the people who got into what we hoped people would bring for the event. Yeah. That's the idea behind it. Yeah. And then they'll get the boosts to last them all through all 3 games on the Sunday, which are good boosts. And then me and Tom will have a long, hard decision about which of those armies really got into the spirit the most. Yeah. And that could be how you played it on day 2 as well, I guess. But which of those really, really played exactly what we wanted. And they will win a prize, the best army prize. And as Tom has hinted, we can show you the best army prize now.
2 prizes, because 2 people.
Best army and best army, I believe. These are they, which we are deeply excited about because they arrived today. They are the Palantirs.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes. So there you go. This is they, and I don't know how that's showing up on the screen there. But this says, these 7 stones, winner, best army 2015. And as someone hinted, there is 1 each.
Yeah.
So the team that wins that, this is purely subjective, on us, will get these. So this is very, very deliberate. You'll see we've got more of these. We've got, how many have we got? 2, 4, 7. 7. We've got 7 of these things. And some of them are obviously for the winners, but we also wanted to reward the people who got into the spirit of it. Yeah. So the people that purely me and Tom think really enter into the spirit of the moment will win these. And I have to say, I think they're rather beautiful. I don't
know if you can make out the engraving there with the lighting.
Yeah.
Just about.
We knew what they were meant to look like, and they arrived today, and I got incredibly excited.
Yes.
And they've gone up on the Facebook group, and people seem to be very happy. So.
And they were difficult to acquire. We had to buy 7 large-scale snooker sets and just pick out the black balls and then engrave them by hand ourselves.
It's a nightmare. We had to get the tables as well.
Yeah.
And they were like, was 270 quid a table. So we're well down on this, but we hope you appreciate it. And yeah, so we're really pleased with these. We think they're really nice. And hopefully you'll like them too, and they'll make some nice trophies. So that is so if you're having any doubts at all about whether to go themey or fluffy, purely irrelevant of how you do across the weekend.
Yeah.
If you take the themiest, fluffiest army there is, you can just walk away with this.
And I think it's easier to win this than it is to win the event, right?
Yeah, I completely agree.
Because you've got to win your group essentially, and then win every game on the second day.
Yeah.
The team who wins has won every game and has won their group.
Yeah. So that is best army. One more thing on that we haven't really talked about, but if you are in any doubt about where to go, good or evil, I would say go evil, because I think there's an awful lot of good armies coming. Because good armies tend. This is purely this. Well, this doesn't increase your chances or anything. No. But good armies tend to lean towards better fluff and alliances, and so and I know there's a lot of people who were going to go evil who've now got good armies. Yeah. So if you're in doubt, pick evil just to make a bit.
Mix things up a bit.
Yeah, mix things up a bit. We're taking evil army.
Just no shamans.
It's really awful.
No shaman.
The no shaman thing's exciting. Yes. This is good.
This is what we want.
Yeah. Someone emailed, it wasn't actually a shaman, it was a war priest, and someone emailed to say, can I bring a war priest? Which I thought was wonderful, because it was getting into the kind of course you can bring a war priest, but, that's fine, because you're just taking Easterlays. And at the moment, I don't think there's any shamans coming.
No.
Now.
And if you bring the war priest, you don't have to use Fury either. You can use it for that blade round.
Yeah, everyone uses.
Yeah, but that's the point of the event.
Exactly, yeah.
There you go.
So, this is, we can't control this now.
No.
But, just imagine if there was an event with 48 players and no one brought a shaman. No one brought an Uruk shaman or a Goblin shaman or an Orc shaman.
Be incredible.
Wouldn't that be magnificent? So if you're out there thinking about it, just think, you know what? Not at this one. Yeah. Don't need it at this one. Leave it behind.
We don't need it.
Don't need it. We've got a mixture.
We need it.
Well, yeah, we absolutely need it. We've got a mixture of Orcs and Isengard, and we have neither an Orc shaman nor an Isengard shaman. So, so there you go. So a bit of thing for fluff for you there. Yes. So, that is for best army on how we pick it. But we also want to show you the other prizes.
Yeah.
Which are. I'll put one of them back there. That's the cup. Is that the cup? Oh, it might be that one. That's the cup. Yeah. So this is now for another 2 of these for the Palantir Cup, which is the winners of the main tournament. Well, not the main tournament.
Well, because there's 3
tournaments.
Yeah, there's 3 tournaments, 2 of which we'll be giving away Palantiri as the prizes.
Indeed. So if you win your group on day 1,
or come one of the best 2 runners-up across the groups,
you will play in the Palantir Cup on day 2, and the winning team will get these. They're exactly the same as the ones we showed you before.
Yeah.
Again, really nice.
It's just the engraving that's different.
Yeah. You get 1 each for winning the Palantir Cup. Well done, you. Okay. And there's the 2 back there.
Yep.
So it's one at the back.
So this is to kind of encourage people they can bring a well-themed army that isn't necessarily brilliantly competitive. They'll end up being in the plate, which is for all the runners-up of the group stages, apart from those 2 who made it through to the cup. Plus, it would be the top 4 third-place teams.
We'll play.
So you've come 3rd in your group, but you've still got the chance to win this on the second day.
So the winners, this is the plate, which is the 2nd level tournament, and the winners of that will get a Palantir each.
Yes.
Okay, so that's great. You can that will, I would say, very likely be a fluffy army that is just kind of, you'll be playing against other fluff. And we wanted to reward fluff.
Yeah.
So even though you haven't got a chance of coming in the top 8 of the tournament, you can still win this. Whoever comes ninth in the tournament will win this. Yeah. Which we're hopefully pleased about.
Yes. In terms of league rankings, they would still come ninth.
Yeah.
In terms of GBHL.
League points. Absolutely. That's all explained in the rules book.
Yes.
And finally, perhaps the most exciting one, which is again about the fluff.
It is indeed.
This will ring a bell with anyone who has ever been to a Throne of Skulls tournament.
Yes.
That's the last Palantir, for there are 7, and this is a single one, is for...
The most heroic act.
The most heroic act. So if that's coming up.
We don't have 2, because we needed it to be 7, really.
Yeah, there's only 7 Palanthirs. It's not like we don't have them, there's only 7 of them.
Yeah, so this is the only non-team thing, but we kind of figured that people would be in the spirit of it and would nominate people across the table or in their team. You can't nominate yourself for this.
I think you can.
I think
you do something heroic. You can.
I think someone else has to write it in for you.
Oh, we're having an argument.
We're not,
are we?
Or get someone to sign it who's on the
table.
Yeah,
your opposition agrees it, I think, but you can say that was damn heroic.
Okay, so an example, the one I think that won, was it Sam who won it at Throne of Skulls? No, not that one. I'm going way back.
Oh, right.
I think Sam Page might have won one for killing a dragon with an orc spearman.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
So that's fairly heroic. And your one was... Yeah, I'll let you do it. You
Thorin fighting against Bolg. We're calling it the book. At the Battle of Five Armies themed force. Getting battered by Bolg. Bilbo runs into combat and kills Bolg. And I managed to win it at Throne of Skulls. So that is what... So what you're going to do is you're going to have little slips of paper throughout the tournament. And anytime you do anything particularly heroic, let's say it's something awesome that happens in one of your games, you get to write it in, give it in to us, and then we'll pick our favourite and the winner of that, which is obviously going to be one person, because it's going to be one person's model who did it. The winner of that will win the 7th Palantir for most heroic acts.
Yeah, it's whoever rolled the dice for it, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess the example would be, we're hoping that this encourages you to play in a good style, as in, let's say you brought a horde of hobbits, which can be very competitive, and you're up against the double dragon force, but you chuck Pippin in against the dragon on his own, and he ends up killing it. That's going to probably help you win that.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It's like, do you need to win the tournament? Probably not. Do you want one of these most heroic acts? Chuck some unlikely heroes in there and see what happens.
Because we've very deliberately tried to make these. We've got a lot of prizes. We've got a lot of other prizes, but the nicest prize, I guess, winnable for people who don't just win the event. Yeah. For people who just do well at it and get into the spirit of it.
I mean, this one is just complete luck, but if you do enough crazy things, thinking Kieran Street here.
My thinking is if you've got
shooting into bomb.
Yeah, my thinking is if you've got put Bilbo in your army and just charge him at the biggest thing the enemy has in every single game.
Or Pippin.
Yeah, someone like that. Yeah. And that will be a win most heroic act. And that is how you win the 7 Palantirs.
Very good Palantirs.
Yeah, absolutely. Which we are very excited about and we think look pretty cool.
And we didn't get one for the show, did we?
No. Stupid, really.
Yeah.
So yeah. Those are our Palantir prizes that we put the photos up for. There are also runners-up prizes, and there are also some more prizes not exclusive to.
So the other prizes, though, just to go through it, it's runners-up in the cup. So the team who came second in the plate, so who lost the final. So these 2 teams will be devastated because they don't get a Palantir. And then the team it's not a traditional wooden spoon. You win the wooden spoon by winning the bottom cup.
Yeah, the wooden axe.
Wooden axe. And then is there runners up in the wood?
Yeah, it's runners up in the wooden axe. So there's 6 team prizes there. We also have most sporting or most honourable. Very traditional. You vote for the most honourable team, which we're very, very keen on.
Yes.
Our event, we'll be doing that to award them.
And bear in mind that this is also the most honourable stuff is kind of helping with your best themed army at the same time.
Absolutely. There's also best painted army, which will be a player vote.
Yes.
So we're picking the best army for the Palantir because we think it's people got into the spirit of our event. But the best painted will be for the army as a whole.
Yes.
People have asked that. So it's not one person's army. You will put out your combined army. Players will go around, have one vote.
Is there a rule on does one player have to paint one half and one the other, or is it does as long as it's within the team?
I think it's the models they bring. As long as they turn up. Obviously,
as long
the
as
team need to have painted them, I guess.
People within the team have painted them.
I think you should have to paint it yourself. Probably. Don't know. It probably won't happen. I don't think it'll be an issue.
What do you mean?
As opposed to if one of you is a commission painter.
Oh yeah, no. I think
the other ones are...
if the one of the two people in the team,
yeah,
at least one of them must have done all of the models.
Yes.
Or half and half, or whatever. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. And finally, we are adding in. We've hinted at this. It's not in the rules pack, but we are definitely doing it. We have a prize for best fancy dress. Oh yes, very keen. Please turn up in costumes. It's a fun event. It's for the lols. But please, if you fancy it, hey, if you fancy dress it, please turn up in costume, and there will be a prize for that. And there will also be other prizes on the day.
If you're not in for fancy dress, at least bring a Lord of the Rings or GBHL themed
t-shirt. Dress up. It'll be fun. It'll be great. I'm not doing it. Awful.
So there's a prize for it. So
I'm going to win it. Not allowed. So yes, and we will also, as the thing said, we'll have a raffle. You'll be able to get to ticket with some prizes very kindly provided by JT Noble of Awkward Battles, who is our partner. We haven't really mentioned that the whole reason we're doing this tournament is for...
Move this.
SBJ! That is why we're doing this. Tom and I obviously created the magazine. I'm sure you know this by now. We've just launched issue 2, which we are very, very proud of. And thank you so much to everyone who's already got a copy. You've really helped support us. And as you see on the back, JT Noble and Awkward Battles are now supporting us as part of our Awkward Alliance.
Yes.
So
make sure you quote that code if you're talking to JT.
And if you ring up JT and you say Awkward Alliance to him, you'll be entered into the prize, into a little draw to win some exclusive Awkward dice, which is very exciting. It helps us out as well, so please do that. So yeah, thanks to JT, and obviously the point of this tournament, if you ever see anything like the raffle or anything, if you are wondering, the reason to get behind it from our point of view is that it will help fund the 3rd issue of SBG, which is kind of important to us.
There's going to be some cool prizes, isn't there?
Yeah, there's some good stuff. Yeah. The raffle looks cool.
Yeah.
There's
going to be expensive models that are worth a lot more than your ticket.
Yeah, absolutely.
The raffle tickets that you're going to get.
So please get on board with that.
Yes.
Cool. A little logistical thing for you. If you look in your rules pack, anyone who's coming, there was a little mistake in it, which basically means that we gave on day one of the games 15 minutes too short.
Yes.
So it basically means everything is going to finish 15 minutes later.
Because of course we are good at proofreading here at SBG.
Call himself a copy editor.
By the way, these and issue 1s will be available on the day.
Absolutely.
Or, I mean, if some people have kind of given some in advance, and we've kind of set those aside and we'll bring those for you. And we may have some of the models. We might bring along the Azog, charming Azog, the incredible Azog converted by Dave Fredericks, and maybe, who knows, some of the scenery definitely by Rick will be putting on the tables. Yeah, we're hoping to have one of the boards. Yeah. Absolutely. So if you fancy seeing some of that stuff in the flesh, there'll be a good opportunity for that as well, which will be great. So as a result of the schedule change, just to give you a bit of an update on the evening activities, which I know we've hinted at before, but we will be going to the Catcher in the Rye pub in Finchley at 7 o'clock. So you can kind of turn up to that at any point from 7 onwards. And then food will be being served from 8 o'clock. Yeah, and what time did we say we're finishing? It finishes around 6:30. Yeah, because we've got to finish the Arena of Champions, and then I will be providing the draw for the quarterfinals of each event for the next day. So you'll know who you're going to be playing first thing in the morning. And we'll also be giving out a few Palantir cards and that sort of thing. So please do not rush off. Yes. After you finish the Arena. Yeah, if you get knocked out in the first bit of it, because there's 7 cards to be given away, 5 to the best themed armies as chosen by us, and 2 for the final 2 in the Arena of Champions. Indeed. And if you're interested in seeing the Arena of Champions, go and check out the GBHL YouTube channel. Today, or this is obviously Wednesday, but yesterday we uploaded the battle report from when we played it at the Desolation of Stockport, and it was immense. Yes. It was awesome. And so we had 4 we had 4 arenas. We've got 6 in the tournament, but there were 4 this time. So we had 32 heroes duking it out for the chance to be Lord of Middle-earth, and it was a ton of fun. Yes. And it helped us, we'd played it a bunch with small numbers, but it was great seeing how it actually worked with the full numbers. There were some interesting things where 2 groups of players would form a mini alliance and kind of try to deal with what they saw as the biggest threat. So in the arena, actually, models that can shoot do reasonably well, because if you in combat, there's always the risk you lose combat, right? But if you're shooting, then there's no risk to you whatsoever. So people generally try to gang up on the shooty models and take them down, or anything that was just a bit filthy.
Someone was saying maybe that the arena should count as being under blinding light because the shooting people shot at me. It's like, no, just kill them.
If all three teams just go towards them.
Legolas hiding in a corner.
Go and kill him.
Team up, the other 6 of you, kill them. You'll win. If you then, by the end of it, you go, oh, you shot me to death. It's all right, you didn't kill him fast enough.
You all went and dealt with each other and left him to shoot you.
So, we're not changing that. No. We like it. But yes, so if you do go and check out that battle rep, because it was a ton of fun, and it also gives you a good idea about what the kind of social aspects are like of the Hobbit tournaments. So yeah, so we'll be gathering in the pub for about 7. Food will be served at 8 o'clock. And food, as we hinted in our tournament preview, although it wasn't confirmed then, is a buffet.
Yes.
Purely because of the amount of people we've got going in the kitchen can't cope with meals, so they won't be able to offer us any kind of standard hot meals. So we're having a buffet laid on, which has...
Do you know all the things?
I will try. It has things like, it's got chips, it's got wedges, it's got little chicken wraps, it's got gammon wraps, some veggie spring rolls, some hummus and what's it called? Cucumber and carrot stuff. What's it called? Cul de terre, something like that. I don't know. That stuff. Some sausage rolls, I think, are in there. Yeah. Some chicken wings. I don't think I mentioned.
If you have specific dietary requirements, just let us know. Email sbgmagazine@gmail.com if there's stuff on, if you can't eat given the list of things.
There's going to be a huge spread of that, and that is the only food that's going to be available to us. And that will cost £13 per person, which is very reasonable. Yeah. And you'll get loads for that. So if you are going to eat, we're asking everyone to sign up, and we need to pay a large chunk of that in advance.
Yes.
So if you could please PayPal over that, it's £13 to sbgmagazine@gmail.com. That would be very, very useful. So far, we've had 35 people respond.
Yeah.
We've got about 30 eating, so there's 15 people out there who we've yet to hear from. Yeah. So we need to know, because, and this is really important. We don't want to sound like we're being mean about it.
Yeah.
But if you haven't told us by the time we get there, the buffet will be ordered for a certain number of people. So you can't then have it because there won't be enough for you. So you please need to let us know this in advance, ideally by this weekend, because that's when we need to give the pub the numbers.
And you need to be there, because what's coming after the food?
After the food at 9 o'clock is...
the pub quiz.
A quiz! Very exciting.
Yes. So, we turn up at 7, we get some you get some drinks, you have some food, and then we have a quiz. Sounds fantastic. And this will be run by... It's not you, is it? It's not you. And it's not me.
I'm in.
It is Lily is going to run the quiz.
Woo, Lily, woo!
She has...
Who's Lily? This is Lily character.
I think we saw her arm in...
We did see, we have seen her arm. It's Mrs. Harrison.
Yes.
But not.
But not yet. Interesting fact, if you give me her surname instead, then I'm a well-known German footballer. Thomas Muller. There you go. Anyway, so yeah, she has been doing a fiendish Finchley quiz.
That's it.
She did a first edition, then saw what Damian had done for his
Fiendish Finchley
tongue twister, and has scrapped it all and done a really, really, really hard quiz.
Oh, really?
Yes.
No. Okay.
So obviously there are questions that everyone will get, but don't come. I know that a lot of you are very, very hot on your Lord of the Rings knowledge and Hobbit knowledge, but don't expect to get 100%.
Exciting times. So that will be going on from about 9 till, who knows, about 11ish or something.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how quickly we go through the rounds.
I mean, is there a certain number of rounds, or
with a certain number of questions in?
Certain number of rounds with a certain number of questions. No theme though. No. Okay. Well, so many rounds with so many questions. Yeah. Who knows how many there might be.
So if you know what we're talking about, you can probably work out how long it should go on for.
Indeed. And that will be, oddly enough, not starting at 7, but starting at 9.
Yes.
Did I
say 7?
No, but
oh,
there you go. Well done. So that's also important in terms of if you are coming to the pub just for the quiz, you need to be there at 9.
Yes.
So yes, and there will of course be a winner of the pub quiz team, and they will get a round of drinks on us.
Yes. So we said how big the quiz teams needed to be, didn't we?
Surely there's only one number.
Did we? Is that what we put in the rules book?
I don't think it's in the rules book.
You want to buy 7 drinks?
I don't want it. No. I think there'll be. I think 7's the natural cap, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll see. It might well be that it divides up.
It depends how many people. But at the moment,
7 will be our absolute maximum. Cost theme.
Yes. But if you're thinking 7, oh well, I might not get a chance to answer in the quiz. There will be questions that you have to discuss.
Interesting. So yes, that will be the Sunday night's activities. So please, if you are planning on coming on, get in touch with us and let us know if you want the food or not. As I said, if you get to the pub and you're not having the food, you won't be able to get food. I am sorry. Cool. So yes. So I think that's all our catching up stuff. What we wanted to do.
Yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. If you want to run your army list by us for whatever reason, let us know. Or if you want it to be a surprise, we're also equally happy with that.
So very happy. So we're now going to move on to the main event, which is the draw.
Yes.
So the way this is going to work, everyone's signed up in teams.
Yep.
And each team has been assigned a number. And in a moment, the camera's going to cut, and you're going to see your teams with your number appearing down here.
Yeah.
So to add to the drama, it's kind of like the FA Cup. It was somewhere between the FA Cup and the World Cup, because you got the group stage. But you'll know which number you are, so you know which number you're listening out for. Some would say you could listen out for your names, but that isn't a start. And we're going to use a magical machine.
We are. Oh yes.
Oh yes. We have a bingo machine that we're going to put the numbers that correspond into you, and then we will draw out the numbers.
Yes.
And we will put you into your 6 groups.
And we're not going to have a number 13 because
bad luck.
Bad luck.
Very bad luck. So there is no number 13. So you'll be number 1 to 25.
Yes.
And what will basically happen is we'll go through and we're going to fill out the 6 groups with the 4 teams who are in them.
Yes.
So you will be finding out not only who you play in your first game, but who you will play in your second game and third game, although you won't know the order of those. And the 3 teams that you will meet in the Arena of Champions on day 1.
Yes.
Okay?
And then after that, the only time that you would then meet someone else in your group again would be in the final game of the final day.
Yeah. So yeah, that is what we're going to go and do now, and it will be the main event. So we hope you're excited, and we're certainly excited to see how the groups turn up. So
let's get
is that everything for the draw?
Yeah.
Here comes the draw. Okay, so here we are with the draw. We have our machine of joy, and Tom is going to use it with his natural charisma to draw our first number, which is for Group 1, Team A. Oh, we have a ball.
We do have a ball. It's number 15.
Number 15, 1-5. There's the clarification that you almost certainly can't see.
So who's first out of the
15 is Dave Nolan and Michael Romby.
Okay, so late entries to this year's competition.
Indeed. They are Group 1, Team A.
Indeed.
Cool. On we go. And we're now, for clarification, we're now going into Group 2, Team A.
Oh, we've lost the ball. Compromised integrity.
But we do have a number.
This is number 9, and it's definitely 9, not 6.
Number 9?
Yes.
There is number 9. And number 9 is Will Champion and Fran Island. You are Team A in Group 2.
One of 2 teams with a female in. Try and think of a stat for
It's a good stat, yeah, it's a key stat. Remember, your team numbers should be appearing up here at the moment, so you can know which number you're listening out for.
Yeah.
So we're now looking for Group 3, Team A.
This is number... I think it's number 13.
He thinks it's number... There isn't a number 13.
It's number 21, I'm upside down.
There he goes, 21, you can see the smudge on that. 21. Which is...
I definitely took some tips.
Hector Blogs and Godolphin Blogs. I'll do a fact.
Oh, fact. Father and son pairing.
Correct. You are Team A in Group 3.
Okay, so Team A in Group 4 is number 10.
10. And that is Callum Edens and James Watt.
What's that?
Callum Edens is the person to constantly smash me the most on the scene.
And he lives in Bicester.
And he lives in Bicester.
Double stat.
Callum Edens is my favourite person to live in Bicester in the GBHL.
Lost that one. Okay, so
Team A in Group 5?
Yep, is number 22.
22. And 22 is Sam Gibbs and Chris Hawley. Fun fact?
Sam has been to Titans before, but that's his only ever tournament. And I don't think Chris has been to an event.
I believe I played him. No, I'm not sure Chris has.
Okay.
I'm not hiding my tea successfully.
Okay, the final Team A in the group is number 17.
17. And that is Sean Weimer and James Bonden. And that completes Team A's in all 6 groups. Meaning, if your name has currently been called out, you will not play each other on the first day.
No.
So you guys, if you're trying to avoid anyone, you are now safe from each other.
Yes.
So with that, we rush on with predictable speed into Team B of each group.
Yes, and now you know who you're going to be coming up against in your first game. So Team B will always play Team A in the first game.
Indeed. So playing Dave Nolan and Michael Romby is
number 2.
Number 2. 2. And that is Joshua Triffitt and Michael Doody.
Yes.
Fun fact, in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the blonde girl was played by Alison Doody. A relation? Probably not.
It's offbeat.
So we're now into Team B on Group 2 to play World Champion and Fran Island.
It's number 8.
Number 8. Number 8. Always late. It's Tom White and Richard Clammer. I'm sorry if I implied you're always late. I have no idea about your timekeeping abilities. You'll be playing World Champion and Fran Island. That's the fun stat. So, playing Hector and Godolphin Blogs, joining them in Group 3.
Number 4.
Number 4. 4. And that is the unholy cult of Double Dragon. It's not a cult.
It's not a cult.
It's not a cult. It's Jamie Giblin and James Braund. You'll be playing Hector and Godolphin Blogs in your first game.
What is the first scenario?
It's Reconnoiter.
There you go.
I knew that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is spoilers because they've been quite secretive about their army, but they're going to have 2 dragons to get off against you. So there's 2 guaranteed victory points, but I don't have to win in the scenario.
Okay.
So joining, this is now Team B in Group 4, playing Callum Edens and James Watt.
It's number 14.
Number 14. 14. And that is Jay Acharya and our very own James Clark.
GBHL James, to people who don't know.
Indeed.
So they'll be bringing Rohan.
Joining playing Sam Gibbs and Chris Hawley as Team B in Group 5.
It's number 20.
Number 20. 20. And that is Lewis Applin and JT Noble.
Start by JT.
Our own JT sponsoring the event. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Oh,
lost another one.
2 ball.
Tom lost control of his balls.
Came into the thing.
So this is Group B, Team B, sorry, in Group 6 to play Sean Weimer and James Bonden.
It's number 5.
Number 5. Number 5. and that is Sam Page and Chris Dan, good friends of our channel over on Mid Sussex Wargamers.
So now,
I think at this point everyone's desperately trying to avoid the 2 dragons.
You don't want Group 3.
Indeed, Group 3 is the dragon group. It's not a cult.
So we're going back to Group 1 now, Team C. So they will be in Dave Nolan and Michael Romby and Josh Triffitt and Michael Doodie's group, but they won't be playing them in the first game.
Indeed.
But you will be playing them then, and you will be playing them in the arena as well. At the end of the game. Blast the ball. It is number 16, I think.
16, Tom guesses. We're agreeing with Tom's guess, it's 16. And 16 is Kieran Street and Larry Miller.
Stat is Larry Miller writes the longest Palantir comments out of everybody.
And Kieran Street is our latest GBHL event winner. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
I don't know when this will come out. But yeah, well done to Kieran Street. He'll be looking for his second scalp. So we're now going for Team C in Group 2, which is joining Thomas, please. Will Champion and Fran Ireland and Tom White and Richard Clammer.
It is number 19.
19. And that is Alistair King and Matt King, hosts of our last event. So I guess everyone in Group C went to the Siege event.
No, Team C.
Team C, sorry. Yes. So indeed, Alistair King and Matt King, who ran the Siege event recently, and they are a brother team. Will it help? Maybe. Probably not. Don't know. No. Probably doesn't have any bearing on the situation. So now we are Team C in Group 3, which is Hector and Godolphin Blogs and the unholy cult. It's not a cult.
That's Double Dragon.
Of Double Dragon, Jane Gibbon and James Warren. Who's getting eaten by a dragon?
Number 24.
Number 24, the last team to enter. 24, which is Alan Crooks and Mark Stone. Tough team. I think they might have some good anti-dragon weaponry in there.
Well, they will now.
Oh, absolutely, certainly. So we're now going for Team C in Group 4 to meet, eventually, Callum Edams, James Watt, and Jay Acharya. I hope I'm saying that right, sorry Jay. And James Clark.
You're hoping you're not in this group, right, so you don't play Callum.
Yeah. I hate that guy. Not one.
Number 1!
Oh, come on!
It's number 1.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, God. Number 1. Unacceptable. So that is, to confirm, either me or Tom and Lily.
Yes.
Lily, of course, fun fact about Lily.
She puts up with me.
Hates you more than me.
Yeah.
Indeed. So, next, I can't believe it! Callum Edams, as I live and breathe. I'll be sitting that game out.
Yeah, we're going to alternate.
So, for Team C in Group 5, which is to join Sam Gibbs, Chris Hawley, Lewis Appleton and JT Noble.
Number 23.
23. Anyone left now must be getting pretty excited or bored. That is Theo Howard and Richard Joyner. Theo Howard, only been to a couple of events, but a lovely man. And Richard Joyner,
I don't think he's been to an event.
No, don't think we've met. But sure, he's lovely. And so, finally, for Team C in Group 6 to meet, eventually, Sean Weimer, James Bondon, Sam Page and Chris Dan, it is...
Number 25.
25.
Moved from 13.
Yeah, it is indeed moved from the 13th team that signed up. And I don't need to look at this one because I know who these are. It's those infamous Northern criminals, Jay Finnegan and Stephen Crow.
Was that the stat that they're criminals?
Yeah. It's Northerners. Not all Northerners are criminals. And so, we're now on to the final round. So there are 6 teams left to be drawn out. 1 for each group, mathematically speaking. And the first one, we will be joining in Group 1 to play Kieran Street and Larry Miller in Game 1, but also to join Josh Triffitt, Michael Doody, Dave Nolan and Michael Romby is...
Number 18.
Number 18. which is Loki, Luke Hargreaves, and Matt Wagner. I believe in their first event.
Loki's been to, was it Titans last time?
Yes, of course, sorry.
But I don't recognise Matt's name, I don't think.
Something of an unknown quantity.
Mm-hmm.
And that completes Group 1.
Yeah.
So to complete Group 2, to play Alistair King and Matt King in the first round, and later join world champion Fran Ireland, Tom White and Richard Clammer.
Number 7.
7. That is Titans alumni Chris Young and Gary Doyle.
He's an alumnus, there's only one of him.
Sorry. I didn't mean to be bad. So yeah, that has completed that group with Chris Young, Gary Doyle v Alistair King and Matt King in the first round.
Do you think home advantage will help Chris?
Almost certainly.
Okay.
Because he knows where the toilets are.
Yeah.
So to complete Group 3 and to play Alan Crooks and Mark Stone in the first round and latterly meet Hector and Godolphin Boggs and the double dragon team of Jamie Giblin and James Braun.
I think this is probably the group of death at the moment.
Yes, it's, probably.
Shaping up to be anyway. And we've got a number. Who's going to be in the group with them? It's number 11.
Number 11. 11. That is Dan Entwistle and Ian Spiller.
The group.
Oh, you wouldn't Adam and Eve it. And
that's four strong teams.
I hear this is a bit of a filthy combo.
Yeah, that's
they're
filthy to the themed event.
See, this is the kind of the point. This is what I hope that there's some filth in there that isn't getting out of Group 1.
Not into the cup.
Yeah, into the cup. Yeah, sorry. Interesting times. So, to complete Group 4 and play definitely Lily and one of myself or Thomas in the first round, and latterly meet Jay Acharya, and James Clark, and so unfortunately Callum Edens.
If you don't want to play GBHL host, this is not the group for you.
Indeed. It is.
Number 6.
Number 6. 6. And completing our group of friendship is Ben Camp and Michael Costello. Ben, long-term
Numenorian player.
Michael Costello, I don't think has been to an event.
I don't think so.
Indeed, so we'll see you on table 1. And next up, to complete Group 5 and play Theo Howard and Richard Joyner in round 1, and latterly Sam Gibbs, Chris Hawley, Lewis Appleton and JT Noble. It is only 2 names left, 2 teams left. We have a number.
It's number 3.
Number 3. An early sign-up from Billy Fitzmaurice. No, it's not an early sign-up. It's an early held slot from Billy Fitzmaurice and Sam Jeffrey, completing that group. Fun fact?
Billy's won a tournament. Sam's won a tournament.
And Billy will be. There's no women in that group. So yeah. Cool. So we're going into Group 6 now to complete that.
And if you don't know who you are...
the tension to complete Group 6, to play Jay Finnegan and Steve Crow in the first round and latterly meet Sam Page, Chris Dan, John Warner and James Bondon. It is...
Number 12.
Number 12.
Would you believe it?
Oh, would you Adam and Eve it? And that is Thomas Macklin and James Baldwin. That's a bit of a group of fluff, I think.
Probably.
Yeah? Tom Macklin, James
Depends
Baldwin.
what Steve and Jay do.
Steve. Oh. And Sam and Chris.
Yeah.
That could be a fluffy group.
Yeah.
And there we go. Yeah. Those are our groups. So, should we recap them here?
Yeah. So, Group 1 is Dave Nolan and Michael Romby, Josh Triffitt and Michael Doody, Kieran Street and Larry Miller, and Loki Hargreaves and Matt Wagner. Group 2 is World Champion and Fran Ireland, Tom White and Richard Clammer, Alistair King and Matt King, and Chris Young and Gary Doyle. Group 3 is Hector and Godolphin Blogs, Double Dragon, Jamie Giblin and James Braun, Alan Crooks and Mark Stone, and Dan Entwistle and Ian Spiller. Group 4 is Callum Edens and James Watt, Jay Acharya and James Clark, Lily and one of us too, and Ben Camp and Michael Costello. And Group 5 is Sam Gibbs and Chris Hawley, Louis Applin and JT Noble, Theo Howard and Richard Joyner, Billy Fitzmaurice and Sam Jeffrey. And the final group, Group 6, is Sean Weimer and James Bondon, Sam Page and Chris Dan, Jay Finnegan and Steve Crow, and Tom Macklin and James Baldwin.
Indeed it is. So there we go, there is a draw. What, first thoughts?
Good, strong draw.
Yeah. I think Group 3 and Group 4 are the hardest. I think we're in one of the hardest. I think it'll be. I think Callum and James. I mean, it depends what people bring, obviously.
Yeah.
But Callum and James and Jay and James have got to be favourites to get out of that group.
Yeah.
Potentially. But
well,
then
you're going to pick your top 2 for each group. Who you think?
Yeah, should we do that?
Go on.
That sounds crazy amounts of fun.
Okay, so Group 1, we've got Dave Nolan, Michael Romby, Josh Triffitt, Michael Doody, Kieran Street, Larry Miller, Loki Hargreaves, and Matt Wagner. You'd probably put your money on Dave and Michael.
You'd have to. And then beyond that, I don't know too much about the pedigree.
Yeah.
You have to give it to Kieran, I guess, based on the fact that he's won an event. But don't really know too much about the other guys.
It all depends what they bring.
So definitely remember, to get into the Plantier Cup, to win the ultimate prize on day 2, you have to either win a group or be one of the
best 2 runners up.
Best 2 runners up. So 2 of you from one group can get through.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think. But anything can happen.
Yeah.
What about Group 2?
We've got Will and Fran, Tom and Richard, Al and Matt, Chris and Gary. It's quite hard to call.
Alistair's got good placement pedigree.
I think you might go Alistair and then a toss-up. I mean, I think Rich and Tom haven't been to that many events, so you'd say a toss-up between Chris Young and then World Champion.
I think
Chris and Gary Doyle.
Chris and Gary have got a lot of
Will and Fran
experience, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe give that to them. Don't know.
These are all just our predictions, and they're going to be horribly wrong.
So wrong. Hopefully, I hope they're wrong, because that's the point of the tournament, that we tried to mess things up. Group 3, Hector and Godolphin Blogs, Jamie and James Braun with Double Dragon, Alan Crooks and Mark Stone, and Dan Entwistle and Ian Spiller.
So Alan and Mark haven't been to that many times, but they both came to the last Titans and did very well.
And they beat me and Billy at doubles.
So
with a tough army.
Dan and Ian will do well. They'd all do well. You'd say they'd all 4 pairs would do well.
I still think 2 dragons will be hard to take down. I'm going to give it to the 2 dragons and Dan and Ian, personally. But then I know Dan and Ian's army, and I don't think we should say him, because they haven't publicised it.
I'm going to go left field and say that Alan and Mark will go through, and Dan and Ian, and the double dragon.
I think the dragons will fall.
Yeah.
Dragon protects. Group 4, Callum Edams, James Watt, Jay Acharya and James Clark, me and Lily, and you, and Ben and Michael Costello.
I would imagine Callum and James would be favourite.
Yeah.
And probably Jay and James.
Well, it's not us, is it?
No.
With the ridiculous list we're bringing.
No. And it depends if Ben brings Numenor or...
He could bring Numenor.
Easterlings.
Yeah. Group 5, Sam Gibbs, Chris Hawley, Lewis Applin and JT Noble, Theo Howard and Richard Joyner, Billy Fitzmaurice and Sam Jeffrey.
I mean, given they're both tournament winners, you'd probably say Billy and Sam are favourites.
But then after that,
maybe Lewis and JT, but...
Eventually. Exciting times. And this, potentially one of the more interesting groups.
Yeah.
Sean Weimer, James Bondon, Sam Page, Chris Dan, Jay Finnegan, Steve Crown, Tom Macklin, James Baldwin.
One of these will be going through to the Plantier Cup, at least one, because 2 could go through.
At least one of these armies will be in the final, which is great, because I think they've all been saying today that they're taking fluff.
Yeah.
I don't know about Sean and James.
And then, because they brought fluff, they might even get bonuses in the Plantier Cup.
Absolutely.
So... I mean, of them...
Sean did well at East Grinstead.
Yeah, Sean's done well at East Grinstead. Jay's done well at Stockport, and
Steve's there too.
Yeah. Sam's always in the top 10 at the end of the year, give or take.
That's a tough group.
British Hobbit League. I wouldn't even want to say any of the 4 of them to win it.
I think Jay and Steve, for their combined knowledge. And then maybe Sean and James. I don't know anything about James. Maybe so. I don't know.
Because I imagine Sam and Chris will get very much into the theme of things.
Yeah, well, I know those 3 armies down there, the bottom 3, but everyone except Sean and James have got a very themey army. I don't know what Sean and James bring. So there we go.
Yeah.
Those are our predictions. And yeah, we'll see you in a sec. So there we go.
Yeah.
There is the draw, and those are our predictions.
Exciting draw.
Very exciting. That is how the Seven Stones has played out.
So we think we've got a group of death, and we think we've got a group of fluff, but we don't know.
Indeed. So yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
Those are our last thoughts, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your groups. You might want to now drastically rethink anyone in group 3.
Yeah.
Thinking, I need some things to kill some dragons.
Or you could be, well, I'm going to lose this. I need to bring lots of very low value heroes to kill the dragon in a heroic act.
Indeed. Or get knocked out to win the Palantir plate.
Yes.
Interesting. So yeah, those are our... We hope you've enjoyed this. We hope this has caught you up a bit on the tournament. And I'm so excited.
Very excited.
So excited now. But we will be seeing you at Titans on Sunday the 24th.
Yes.
24th?
Yes.
Things I should know.
Yes. So please bring everything along that you need to, including a tray. I know that Titans often give out trays, but I don't know if we have access to these. So bring a tray for your models, or however you carry them around the whole
suitcase. But yeah, that's it from us.
Yeah.
We will see you a week and a half's time, and we can't wait to see everything you bring and get stuck in.
One more final thing. As a kind of teaser, will we be doing a video associated with the event of some sort?
Yeah.
From our point of view.
Our hope is that we're gonna, and we do not know how feasible this is, but we're hoping to make a mini documentary about the event. Basically, just a kind of... It hasn't really been done before. We've done tournament previews, we've done tournament interviews there, and we've done tournament reviews, but we want to do a kind of what it's like to run a tournament and the whole thing.
Yes.
So just little clips and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what you were driving at.
That was that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to be in it or something. You just want to say that?
Yes.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So yeah, our hope is that there will be a video coming out.
I'm just kind of saying what we do regarding the tournament.
To kind of talk you through, to show you the sort of event and kind of thing. So we'll, for anyone who, and we appreciate a lot of the information in this video is only particularly relevant to 48 of you, but I hope it's given you a bit of entertainment while you're painting, and you might get a kind of running a tournament review.
Yes. And if you're abroad and looking to do a tournament, we can at least show you how we've done it.
Absolutely.
And then you
very badly
go against everything that we've messed up.
Absolutely. But yeah, that is it. So we'll see you in about 10 days' time.
Yeah.
So, very exciting.
So, as ever, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
Follow us on Facebook and like us on Twitter. The other way around.
Yes, support your Hobbit Hobby.
And happy strategy, battle gaming.